Greetings, this is Frina Riamentra, half-elven YouTuber and... oh, good grief. And, I welcome thee to part 2 of my reaction to Critical Role, episode 51 of Campaign 3, Saga of Bell's Hells. Not only is this episode, will this be so... I didn't know I was going into the first episode, but... I mean the first part, but... this is celebrating two events. One, the 8th anniversary of Critical Role. Yay! And second, this is the last episode was my first video with over 100 subscribers. Kind of wish I managed to see it reach 100, but I'm not going to complain. Before I continue, as always, I must point out that I do not own nor am I associated with Critical Role, its YouTube or Twitch channels, or any of its other online presence. I'm just a fan sharing with my fellow fans. Now let's get into this. I'm on a bit of a time crunch, and I should have started this long already. Please, just work. Okay. And gotta try something else now. Here we go.
Hey critters, Laura Bailey here to guide you through what's new in the Critical Role shop. Could anything be more perfect?
Yeah, I don't like the flash thing.
Roll an investigation if you want. It's basically perfect.
Cool looking, but I only have something in. I really can't
says
be buying it.
impulse purchases are a good decision. Look at this. Isn't it fashion? So much fashion happening here. Could anything be more perfect? Goodness, it's overpowering. And hey, if you want, you could head over to the Critical Role shop right now.
Upon a sea that's tossed and gray, we fight to keep the
I have a. I'm sorry, I like this thing, but I have a time crunch.
Seamus?
See, that's alright. And while I appreciate how well they make fun of the Christmas special, it's something about this restart based on lack of music.
And welcome back. So, last we left off, let me go ahead and change the scenery here since we're actually subterranean.
Oh yeah, they're about to remake
underground space.
Yeah, I can't really be swinging stuff right now.
But all of you suddenly were notified that Otahan was Rapidly approaching the chamber, what do you do?
I'm gonna prestidigitation the blood on the ground.
With her, clean the murder scene.
Clearing up the murder scene, okay.
Bodies are dragged behind crates, both
Who should
corners.
hide up in that corner
I'm
to
going.
block her in?
I'm gonna go right there.
You go right here?
I'm gonna shimmy in there with Chet too.
Have we had another pulse? When was
The pulses don't reach in this chamber.
Okay.
the pulses don't reach in this chamber?
They just
was
seem to
wondering
go
why.
Good to know.
up the center.
I'm going to then. Shit. I'm going
You're
to.
just gonna
Going to
shake a
shit?
shit.
I'm gonna shit. I'm gonna mirror image,
Oh shit.
Okay.
and then I'm gonna spider climb and get up on the fucking ceiling.
Get up on that ceiling.
I'm gonna make
Major
some room
armor.
behind those crates, and I'm gonna hide behind those crates.
Over here?
Oh, I didn't even see those.
Your call.
Yeah, over there.
Over here? And back down there.
Yeah, it's the best coverage I can get. Actually, that's right in the line of sight. I'll go to the other side.
Okay, so kind of like move this crate a little bit and hide in this
Yeah.
space.
And
Get
the
down
entrance, the entrance is like
Right here.
I'm actually gonna post up behind this thing and hide my small ass. One more up.
On that little platformy.
Up here.
And you're stunned.
Yeah.
Got it.
Just hide like doing the little.
All right. So Fern, with Chetney back there, are you going to head and
Ooh, tuck in more fern.
Yeah.
You
I
wanna
want to
tuck it
get,
this
get
way,
real.
or-
Yeah, let me tuck that way.
Yeah.
okay?
No?
Well, find some cover.
Should some of us be in like visible so she
Well, you're out in the open still.
We're just getting her to come in.
just getting her to come in? Okay, I'm just gonna turn around.
You face this.
Dramatically.
In front of a thing where if she pushes you, you're fucked.
Not directly in front of the glyph, no. I'll go to the side of it.
Over here.
Sure.
Okay. Fair enough.
And can I prep a spell for the minute
If you'd like to.
that she steps in?
What is Pat Tay gonna do?
I'll have Pate. He's still. Yeah, I make him go invisible again. And I'm.
You can cling to the ceiling with you up top.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Also, knowing it can be the last pastry I ever have eat F.C.G's Danish.
Nothing like rapidly hiding in it.
Yep. Absolutely.
Okay. Well, you are set, and you watch as Otahan begins to descend the short entryway to the subterranean caver. Kind of vanishes around the corner. Can I have Liam and Marisha go ahead and roll d20s for me?
Oh no. Oh no.
What's that mean?
Probably for
Is
Bo
it
and
Caleb?
Caleb.
But you have...
Oh no.
No, you don't have advantage on this. So yeah, so just each roll. Actually, you would probably have advantage on this.
Just a straight roll?
Straight roll.
7.
7.
I would have advantage. Lucky Jay. 13.
13. Okay. Right as Otahan turns the corner into this cavern, you hear as light flashes and consumes the space behind you. You kind of look backward, and the two machines that were emitting that Dispel wave have both detonated.
Nice.
1 second after the next. Immediately, as kind of the flames and smoke begins to billow up into this space, you can hear shouting and voices begin to fill the vicinity. The crew that is currently working on the centerpiece is now like scattering and searching around, and you can see chaos is now erupting in the center of that chamber. At this point, you all hear that same explosion upstairs, and Otahan turns and then begins to
I'm
wrap
instantly
around.
gonna let go of my spell, and I don't even need to see
Otahan's
her.
not in the room.
I don't need to see her. She just needs to be within 120 feet of me.
You don't need to see her. Which spell is this?
My psychic glance.
Psychic Lance.
Oh.
That's that pass.
A creature you can see within range, it says on the spell.
No.
Oh, and also
You
the
can
other
utter a
creature's
creature's
name.
name.
Target is in range, then it becomes target. You can't see it. You're right. I should keep on reading.
Okay. For a second, we thought Laurel
All right.
effed up.
Ooh, it's interesting now.
So that is
Oh boy.
a what save on that one?
Intelligence.
Intelligence save. That's
She's
gonna
probably really
be
stupid.
She has
that's gonna be a fail on her point. Just use legendary resistance to succeed.
Hey.
She knows.
She does now.
She knows.
She knows something struck her.
Okay.
Doesn't know from where, though, I imagine. Well, we'll find out.
We'll find out. All right, so roll damage, right?
Okay. Oh, she gets to resist it even though. So it still does
Half,
damage.
half damage. She's just not incapacitated.
Got it.
She doesn't know what direction.
Hard to tell.
She's not here.
It's me against her.
Don't fuck with her.
Ooh.
You block
Okay.
it for a grand
Okay.
total of 4 seconds.
11,
I can block
21,
her for 2 seconds, then she'll push me out of the way and fuck me up.
22, 24, 28.
28 points damage, reduced to 14 for the save, and not capacitated. So you know you strike the mark, and though you feel kind of it deflected somewhat from the strong will of Otahan, wherever they stand across the way, you watch just the she disappear, kind of like lurch over for a second and begin looking around rapidly, just to see if she can.
We gotta call in. Now's the time to call in the ship.
No. Otahan looks around angrily and begins to run back out of the cavern in the direction towards the rest of the chaos.
Okay.
Can you block her in?
As she's coming, I'm moving a rock, and I'm just gonna look like a fucking dumb robot. And as soon as she gets within range, I'm gonna just chuck it straight at her.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and pull up those water stats here.
God.
Oh, there. All right. If you could go ahead and roll a D10. Sorry, D20, adding 10 to it.
Oh, terrible.
12. So right as Otahan goes charging out, you throw the rock, and Otahan, without even looking up, just kind of puts her hand up, and it shatters into a bunch of rubble and stones that just kind of scatter around her. And you can see kind of the psychic field that shatters it, and kind of spits at the foot of you.
Oh, great.
Assuming that it was a mistake, it seems, but is now charging out into the open area of the opposite field.
Maybe we let her go.
I guess let her go. Should we call in the?
If the shield is down, yes.
Oh, in the airship.
And we might as well
while
fuck
we're
this
at
ship
it,
while
I'm
we're
gonna
here.
just go in and start beating. I'm gonna find a nice place to start, breaking this shit to
It's gonna explode big like the other
Well,
ones
we
did.
start working the cords, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
To disconnect.
Cut the cords.
cut the cords.
Okay. So you hear the shouting upstairs, and you can hear the chaos up
With
there
somebody at a watch in the
yelling.
front.
No other explosions at the moment, but there is definitely a loud swell of activity and voices from above. You are now kind of standing there in this form, and you can see in front of you now wards are starting to glow up, more are starting to be initiated. You can see figures are running around. People are looking into the alcoves, and they're starting to start checking any spaces for anybody who could possibly be doing this.
I'll walk with purpose, just sort of back and forth. So
Okay.
it looks like I'm doing something, and as I do, I'm going to cast Sending, and I'm going to tell Ira, it's time.
Project Chicken Little.
Launch the airstrike.
Very well. I am so excited. That's all you get. In the interim, you guys are attacking these.
We're breaking the cables.
Okay. So you start going through, smashing, cutting, just destroying. For the sake of this unstable pile
Or just
of
the
arca-
cable.
I understand that, but you don't fully understand that. Those who are helming the strikes of this, I need you to make an Arcana check for me.
I'll help with that because I am proficient in
By the way,
Arcana.
how far away? Did I see the statue Rin as we were walking down the spiral?
Guidance on that.
You would have probably seen
How close to me now? Very far away?
about probably 60 or 70 feet
I'm
from
giving
you,
you
towards the
advantage.
center of where the key
Because
is.
I'm helping.
I'm going to
you're
start
gonna give me
making my way
I'm doing what you
Okay.
tell me
to Rin.
Right. Okay.
You got it.
17.
17.
Because I was helping. I'm being guided.
13 plus 4 is also 17.
Okay. It jostles a bit. Elements of it begin to spark and glow, and one of them does detonate in a dull fashion. I do need the 3 of you to make dexterity saving throws for me. All right.
Dirty 20.
That's 7 points of force damage.
15.
7 points of force damage.
21.
7 points of force damage. You all manage to just dodge out of the way before the bulk of it strikes you, and as it detonates and kind of explodes that one core, the others kind of crack but stay not triggered into a chain of detonations like what happened in the Feywild, but it's on the cusp.
I have a stick of dynamite that I pull out. We can run.
But
and
you
leave
do.
it.
You say good?
I was saying you feel like you did a fair amount of damage with the Arcana checks here. You're uncertain if it's enough to necessarily sever all the power, but it seems like a lot of them aren't connected at the moment. You can keep going, but it would take another Arcana check to see if you...
Maybe try it again?
Maybe only one of us. Does anybody have anything ranged so we don't have to be right up on this shit?
I can light this, throw it in, and we can run.
But he goes boom.
Yeah, we don't want to
All
hit
right.
those.
There's, I don't think they noticed, but okay.
I mean, yes,
I have a
I can hurl some
dagger.
Scorching rays.
I can just try and Eldritch blast it from a distance and hope that my aim is real good.
I don't know. Well, we'll find out.
I can slice it from a distance. I'm shit with Arcana.
Yeah, same.
Somebody
I
can
could
tell
try
you
to
where
do
to
another
hit.
Arcana roll.
It is another Arcana.
It's another Arcana roll to try and whoever's doing it to see that they can do it in a way that doesn't trigger the chain reaction of all the
I'll
detonations.
just toss an Eldritch blast at it.
Let's all back the fuck up.
Yeah.
Do I get
With an
advantage on
Arcana,
this?
with an Arcana check?
Yeah.
Yeah, so make an Arcana check, and this is you using the Eldritch Blasts as like the precision elements
Do
here.
I get advantage on this with assistance?
Guidance. Guidance.
I'll say,
I'll say.
yeah, go ahead and take advantage of this one now.
That's a cantrip.
Plus good.
Similar roll. 18 for this one.
Plus the
18.
guidance.
Plus the guidance. Ugh,
Not a great-
yeah,
not a great-
you do strike a similar space. It causes another one to detonate.
But we're back.
But you're all further back from where that core was, and you watch as that one detonates. It sends the other ones rolling, and then a third one detonates and sends rocks spinning this way. There's a bit of a chain reaction, and it does make a little bit of
Going boom,
noise.
boom.
You're uncertain
Anyway.
if anybody heard it at the moment, but you have done a significant amount of damage between a number of these power cores, and you've separated a number of them away from the connected devices that carried the power up to the upper region. F.C.G.
Yeah.
You see the flying woman who is kind of gliding around ends up landing on this platform that's halfway up the quay and is kind of just looking around. People begin looking up at her and then scattering off, and you get the sense, having known Imogen as far as you are, they're receiving orders silently.
Jesus.
You also see 2 flashes of light. One, you see apparate this massive 12-foot tall metallic entity that has armor across it with like blue streaks in it. It's like a refined humanoid form. One is this massive armored like iron fist. The other one is this large like man catcher like claw device with hooks on it and runes all across it. And the other flash near the base of the key. You see an older elven gentleman with long silver hair.
Oh, my God.
An extended staff with like a hooked point at the end,
Where is
almost
this?
a fork in a similar design as the top of the spire of the key. His long blue robes with his pointed shoulder pauldrons out. This is both beautiful make and almost ceremonial garb as much as it is armor.
We're totally ready for this, you guys.
Yeah.
And they're near the base of the main spire.
Correct.
And Rin is close to that?
Yeah, about 15 or 20 feet from the key, behind one of the 4 smaller.
But there's still activity around.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
me walking around the space is not going to be like, what the fuck is going on? Like people are moving.
They're moving. You're not certain how they move normally and if they'll take notice, but we'll find out.
You before you get a little
I've
too
already
late.
sort of walked
Too late,
away.
already walked away.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm just going to keep
Maybe as we
on,
go to the other
maybe not
tavern.
making a beeline
That's
for
Seal that
Rin,
one
but
off.
trying to like follow the traffic patterns of other people and trying to weave my way closer.
Understood. Weaving your way.
Moving my way.
Go ahead and make a deception check.
Can I guide myself?
Allow yourself. Yeah, you can guide yourself on this. It isn't a super high DC, but it is definitely a challenge.
What did you say? Deception.
Deception.
Deception. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Okay. Okay. That's pretty good. You scooted past the DC. So as you begin to weave through, you kind of like hit the side of one of the ruined walls that kind of like crumbles a bit, but it's moderate damage to an already damaged ruin that nobody seems to immediately pay attention. A couple people look back and just go like, shrug it off. But you can see individuals are now searching tremendously around every nook and cranny for anybody who was responsible for this. The two devices you can see are like twisted and splintered open, like they were detonated from the inside, whether it be from an explosive or somebody that knew how to trigger them to explode themselves. But you can see there's like black cinder circles on the walls and space around where they were. The woman who was floating and landed is in the process of kind of quietly communicating with the silver-haired man that you assume at this point to be Lewdness. And yeah, it is chaos in here at the moment, but it is beginning to calm. It is beginning, like the initial energy is beginning to get a little more focused as people are kind of finding paths around and things to look for.
Floating blue one is in a trench coat with a braided purple hair.
Yes.
Got it.
You go ahead and start sauntering up, and you are now within ice. You're about 30 or so feet from the both of them.
You got this.
You kind of saunter up in the middle of the ruin. You're the only one in the middle of this, and people are like moving around you. And there's that moment where you're like, "Oh, you're in the thick of it, and you're not sure."
One-man army.
What's gonna happen?
There's magic-y, mage-y things around me.
What are you gonna do?
Is there anything near Rin that's not Rin?
I mean, there's like a ruined wall. There's stones and pieces of rock, and there's the large curved tower that runs right behind. That's pointing towards the central key.
And that's not damaged at all.
No.
Okay. I mean, I'm just gonna go pick her up. Maybe with one hand, I'll just grab a piece of that ruined wall and sort of just again move it aside like I'm trying to clear it off or something, and then with my other hand I'll just kind of reach down and grab her so it all sort of looks fluid.
This is gonna be fun.
I'm a dumb robot just grabbing rocks. She seems like a rock to me.
Yeah. No,
you don't know.
Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check.
Come on.
From within the
I will guide
automaton.
myself if that's possible.
Yes, it
Sleight
is.
of hand, I have a +0.
Great.
Oh my god.
Come on. The rock. What's in the rocks?
Okay, that's a 5.
Oh, my heart.
So you grab the chunk of wall stone, right? You hit it, and the wall.
Oh god.
You hit one of the load-bearing sections of the ruin as it now falls.
Onto
No.
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 That's what he was talking about.
Onto Rin.
Guys, I killed Rin.
Maybe.
What's happening? You were trying to.
Yeah. Did you scoop up Rin?
We'll see. I killed Rin. It's okay. It's okay.
No.
She's an NPC.
Does anyone know bending? Well, petrified it should be
wall
all
that,
work
tumbled
bending.
over onto the side, and you just see like where Rin was. It's now just kind of stone and rubble. You don't see Rin at the moment.
Because she's also stone
But
and
now
rubble.
the room, all the heads go and shift right over to where you are, because after 2 essentially terrorist attacks in the chamber, another wall collapsed, and you're standing in the middle of it, clutching a piece of stone.
I will, with my body language, because I can't communicate like this, just sort of hold up the rocks and go. As if to say, "Oops, sorry."
I think they also.
Make a
Not
deception
that you
check.
do not go. Oops.
Can I guide myself?
Oops.
Sure.
Much better. This is deception.
Correct.
22.
Okay, that's good. That'll do it.
Now this is. There's 2 rolls here. One is for the populace. The other is for the
23.
the generals.
Actually.
23. Populace, natural 1.
Great.
You see, like most of the crowd around you, be
Yeah.
like,
So the rising of the saying, a person is smart, people are stupid. A person is smart, people are not panicking.
and they just go about their business, like just super frustrated with this imperfect arcane tech. Generals. That is. Hold on. This is close. This is close. That was a natural 11.
Oh.
I know.
Oh God.
Oh, he's looking everywhere.
There it is. That is.
What's the eyebrows?
I don't know.
This one.
You're so fucking lucky.
Oh.
You see, like the lavender-haired woman in the coat, kind of looking down at you, glances over towards Lewdness. Lewdness looks back at her, and she takes up and just kind of flies up through the center of the area. It's kind of like dodging through the various catwalks, as he kind of looks down and goes, and then does this with his hand, and the entire automaton deactivates around you.
Oh.
Do I deactivate because I'm tethered to it?
You do not deactivate, but you currently cannot move this automaton. You are just frozen right in the middle of this space right now with everyone running around you. This also means you lost your visual perspective, too.
Oh, God.
Oh.
You're now within essentially a dead shell with no vision. Meanwhile, what are the rest of you doing?
All right.
I think we were gonna try to
Dart to the other one.
try to
To be
stealthily.
clear, this is toast, right?
This is very much toast. Like anything that might function there is going to be working on a minimal amount of power, if at all.
Looking for us. Do we want to have a few invisible people and some of us get in a hole? And
Actually, I need Ashton and Norm to come over to the guy that gave up.
Yeah, all right. All right. Here's what we're going to need you to do. You see that thing?
Yeah.
Oh.
I want to say like it.
Here's what we're...
No. No.
All right. Here's what we're going to need you to do. You see that thing?
Yeah.
Oh.
You made your choices.
Sorry.
Had to be done.
All right.
Really quick, do we have a second or no? Quick rifle through the pocket. See if there's
We
anything.
already did.
Oh, we already did?
Yeah, we already got it.
Anything personal. All right, never mind.
Okay.
Fuck, man. Didn't like that.
Are we going to take the invisibility route or just try not confident?
I think everybody's pretty hurried, so we should just get in there, I think.
All right.
Without the invisibility.
Act confident, act hurried. Let's go.
Do we need anything from the hole before we...
We're all pretty
What would
geared up,
we-
I think.
Do you need anything?
I'm going to open up the hole real quick before we go. Or no. We're going?
What would? Yeah, I don't know what would
All right,
be in
we're
there.
going.
Let's move it.
We had a second.
Okay.
Orm, though, as they're leaving, will drop down and rip that locket and spool it up and stick it in his pocket. And follow it.
I can turn one person invisible.
As you all are heading up towards the tunnel, a vanguard and the call figure begin running. You hear footsteps kind of rushing down as they're now searching the alcoves.
Are they rushing in?
They're rushing in, yeah.
Act frantic, it's fucked. I have Pate with me, but he's still invisible as well.
All right, okay.
have
'Cause
him in
who
my
here
eyes.
is not adorned in a disguise?
I think
we
no,
all
I
are.
put red on you.
Never
Everybody's
mind.
got it on.
All right, I will need a group deception check as you try and pass by these two figures.
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Dang. Burn?
+3.
11.
11, okay.
Shit.
23.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Whoa.
10, which is really good for me.
That, well done. You rush by as the two figures kind of come on like, anyone in here?
No, something has happened.
Shit.
Compromised.
They both just run in rapidly as you all push past and one of them goes, compromised. Fuck.
Let's go.
That was the line.
It's been compromised.
Everything's fine. You can go look somewhere else. No, we got it covered. No, something happened.
Well, we left the fire behind.
We did. All right, let's go.
All right.
Quickly.
As you're exiting now the chamber entrance and you kind of look out into the base here, all of you hear a singular voice come through your minds. Except for maybe you, since you have a device that doesn't let you. It says, "Friends, individuals who have come with us on this journey, our timetable is being accelerated. Please, gather at the key."
Gather the key.
This is not a voice we've ever heard before.
You recognize this to be Otahan's voice in...
It's a general assembly cry. Basically,
An energized.
She just sounded the general alarm.
Which means we're now going to be going against the stream and standing out.
So people are going to be gathering, so we have literally this
We can
quick
just back
2 minutes.
Face it and move backwards.
Let's maybe swing wide instead of cut through.
You swing wide and head around.
Eyes on the warder too,
Sorry.
like looking for F.C.G. as soon as we're out. And we just see this.
You
the
walk out and
chamber.
you just see this, like, or actually it would be shut down, so it's kind of lean forward, but you see the warder in the middle of the ruins, down just kind of locked in place.
Any sign of
if I could have both of you roll d20s for me.
Come on.
5.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Come on, Fred.
big boy. Come on, Bo.
Good run.
Oh, my God. No.
6.
6. All right.
You made a one face.
As you both are all of you are kind of gathering at this space, kind of looking out into the group, you can see everyone's kind of now beginning to filter out a bit from the chamber. So they're still kind of holding up posts and looking. People are kind of looking up to the center. And the first thing you see is a figure kind of begin to fall rapidly and then stop in place. And you watch as this figure suddenly gets grabbed from, actually it would be this hand, from behind. And the lavender-haired woman glides down gently behind it as the form of Caleb Widdergasp stands with the Mage Hunter golem clasped around the back of his neck in the middle of the city.
This is an interesting position to be in.
Yeah.
We gotta get out of here. We don't know these people.
No sign of Bo.
Not at the moment.
How far is that?
From where this is happening, this is about 60, 70 feet from where you are.
Oh my God.
To the battery. To the battery.
Oh, it's been a while. Happy anniversary.
And we're
Not at the moment.
How far is that?
From where this is happening, this is about 60, 70 feet from where you are.
Regard.
To the battery. To the battery.
Oh, it's been a while. Happy anniversary.
If I missed something, I
and
did.
how are we doing for like random people running all over the place in the chamber? It's full of people?
It's filled now. It looks like there's about 60, 70 people all kind of gathered throughout the city, just kind of looking inward towards where this key is.
So we're on the periphery of a lot of people down below looking up at a show.
Correct.
Any sign of a fucking airship?
That was the end of the sentence.
It's the end of the world.
But you do see another figure begin to descend the stairs. The slight ramp that leads to the base, the opposite side from where you entered. And this is a familiar woman with long blue robes, sleeveless, dark skin with the hair up that you had met, the Beauregard figure, who is just walking as the lavender-haired woman kind of has her hand extended. And you hear the voice ring out from the center as Lewdness arms out. Goes, thank you all for joining us. It seems we've had expected guests. Caleb, Beauregard, you have been thorns in all of our sides for quite some time. I think it's only fitting that we give you front row seats to what you've worked so hard to fail to do. At which point Beauregard now begins to walk through the crowd, and as they gather, they just begin to shackle and chain, gag, and set her there.
We gotta keep doing our thing.
Yeah, we're going better.
We gotta keep still going. For all of us.
Lewdness looks down. Someone, please free our ornament. And people start shifting the stone out of the way and pull up the slightly damaged statue of Rin, the right arm broken off.
Oh no.
You did it! It happened again!
I mean,
That's
that's
okay.
a lot better than where
Yeah, I thought
she
she was
was.
shattered. She can regrow an arm.
As I'm sure you all heard, we are working at an accelerated pace. A number of entities look to close, and I would hate to disappoint with the timing. So he turns around, and where he's standing on the platform at the key, you can see there's this like a 6-inch wide opening, like a space in there, and he places his arm into there about the elbow. And as he puts his arm in there, you watch as those green residual veins begin to light up and glow up the entire spire as he's now essentially fueling it with his own arcana. And it's taken many years of research to ensure that my appreciation for perfection can be rightly accomplished. And he looks over towards Liliana, who's kind of floating there. And she goes ahead and puts her arms and pulls him outward, and you watch as, partway up the spire, about 25 feet above him, armored sides of the spire kind of shunt downward, exposing some openings in the side. And there you see, kind of held in place, this small kind of 12-sided device. This kind of dodecahedron about this big, rimmed in gold, that is kind of affixed in the center of this portion of the spire. As the energy is flowing through it, Lewdness calls out, "Well, I guess it's time we brought it to us." The energy charges up into it. You watch as this device begins to glow, and everyone around you in the chamber seems to freeze in place. All of you feel yourselves stop, like you can't move. You're not breathing. Everything's just kind of locked. And the stars above, the storm, pass by. Hours go by in seconds before the red moon is held aloft. And all of you come back into place as Lewdness pulls his arm out. And you see the hand, his arm is now like somewhat withered and dark. Very well. while this is happening, I think it'd be best to show you the scenery around you, just in case you want to. Just, I think it would be a good point of perspective.
Oh God, Matthew. This is brutal.
That'd be great if it was like the time machine, and when he sped up time, the sketch was like.
Well, at least there's one good thing about this. Lewdness just may not be able to cast some of the spell. May have just lost partial ability to do semantic components.
The hours passed by in seconds.
But did he freeze us?
What? Did he freeze?
Where we just.
Oh my God, that is so cool.
Whoa, that is cool.
That's so cool.
Oh no.
Does anyone else think that looks suspiciously similar to Barador?
Oh my God.
Nice job, F.C.G.
With the statue there. Here. We have a Lewdness.
Oh, he's all the way up there?
Yeah, he's up on the platform
He's
above.
gonna fall.
He's doing the lane.
He's doing okay.
A platform might fall.
Dick. Liliana floats
Oh, hi,
in
Mama.
the sky above. Here,
She's got your...
in the middle of this space, lies. And there are many. Many.
Oh God.
Many.
I think we can take them.
Yeah, no problem.
That's okay. Those other two people are gonna. Oh wait, they're fucking under a trance. I'm sure we won't have to fight them.
They'll be fine.
Yeah.
Bo's
Oh God.
chained up.
Bo's chained up.
Caleb's
Caleb's
chained there on the
collared
ground.
by a robot.
Caleb.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there he goes.
We
We
won.
won.
Look at
Caleb is
our
firmly held.
Wilhelm.
minis.
Oh my God.
It's been a while.
Oh my God, dude.
And many, many more. All gather around.
Well, maybe. Oh.
Yeah.
He looks up. Cocks his head strangely
Oh no, here they come.
as a shadow seems to obfuscate the red moon above
Yeah.
before rapidly descending.
Can I try to jumpstart myself?
While this is happening, sure. Make an Arcana check for me. Or you know what? Go ahead and roll a d20 and add your spellcast modifier, which would be your
Check in with
wisdom.
the Changebringer to see if you should jumpstart yourself. Maybe she says no.
You guidance. Yes, guidance.
I did not. Well, is this
Oh.
a check?
This is a spellcraft check. For you.
Okay, well, I'll guide. 15.
15. No, it's nothing. It's been shut down.
Get out.
You all hear the sound of something heavy, high-pitched whine streaking. You can see the blue glowing stones of the broomstone as the silver sun comes descending at intense speed straight down into the tunnel. Everyone below goes. You watch as Lewdness goes. Throws his other hand up, the non-withered one, and right as it is coming down on top, a force field appears right on top. It impacts and shatters, scattering outward, and just killing dozens and dozens of the surrounding watchers and workers.
Oh,
here, the
well, they didn't take out the
Paragon's
thing,
Hall.
but they just
The
even the odds.
rubble of the silver sun just rings the exterior. No damage to the central spire, but in this space around, rubble and wreckage,
Oh God, this is so violent.
destroyed bits,
Oh God.
I can make some good.
Any sign
flames
Did it get what?
immediately begin to encompass the area from the crashed
There's that
wreckage.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Maybe she's okay. She was in the. she
They
was in
were under the
dome.
force field. I feel like they were under the
It
force
kind
field.
of shot outward at this point.
Where are we?
We're like
You're on the outskirts over here.
Any sign of Xandus and Ira?
Oh, the lighting in this, and that's that magnificent.
And that's when Scanlan Shorthalter.
Very could very
Would
well
be fair
could
to
very well
derive
with
that
this way. I
that
think.
force field was from Lewdness and not.
So
some
I
sort
think
of
at this point they've
enchantment
evened the
cast on
odds more.
Correct. This is like a semi-spherical wall of force was placed to protect the top of this.
This is major league shit.
So many of the figures now, as soon as the wreckage like slams into the ground, flames begin to emerge from it. Smoke pours up and kind of begins to fill the space. People around start shouting, and people are like, "Ugh!" You can hear like the cries of pain and aching in the vicinity. In this moment of chaos, are you doing anything?
Can we see Xandus or Ira?
Make a perception check. Those who would like to look.
Okay.
I guess I
Anyone
will.
can.
I guess I will try to disconnect my wires.
Okay. You go ahead and disconnect yourself fairly easily.
And the door is closed. I don't have the servos to open it, right? I would have to sort of blast
Correct.
out.
I mean,
or
the
push
front of it was kind of damaged when you got there, so it's a little bit ajar, but you can try and force it if you want to.
I will try to push it out and see if I can open the door.
Make a strength check for me.
Gingerly. Strength check. That's a 8.
8. It's not moving.
Terrible.
What are the rest of you doing?
30, 20 for
17.
Perception. On one of the upper curved walkways that kind of separate the center of it, there's the two that kind of wind around. The one you came down is on this direction. The one on this way, you see two forms appear. One tall, spindly one, one kind of humanoid-looking one. Just as the spindly one kind of skitters away out of sight.
Is the humanoid one just like, holy shit, what's going on?
The figure's running up the side out of sight.
See, man of his word. We told you guys.
Is anybody except for our major players moving on the ground in all this
Are
wreckage?
people like backing away from the carnage of this?
Yeah, people are like backing away. They're trying to help friends out from underneath
Do we
it.
even dare go for the other battery, or it's here? The moon's here. They're gonna push the button, right?
I feel like I want to free
Yeah, we're here.
Caleb and Bo.
May I pop out, Mr.
You may.
Please?
How long has it been since I called the Ashari?
With the time setting up, things has probably been it's pretty close to an hour.
Can I ask on Bo, is it multiple pieces of like manacles and chains, or is it like one big ass body harness?
Oh, it's like
all the trappings.
It's multiple clasps across both ankles, legs, knees, wrist cuffs, elbows, like behind the body. Lewdness knows who he's dealing with.
And is Imogen's mom still holding Caleb?
No, Caleb is being
collared
held
by the mage hunter.
By the mage hunter
Oh, the
golem.
mage hunter.
Does he have the collar on, or is it just around his?
Just around his neck. He's holding him there.
With Bo's manacles, so the different chains, are they like pulled together at one point?
It's not like loose chains manacles. They're almost like both arms are kind of held together by like short clasps of metal at the elbow, or the wrist, the elbow, and the upper arm from behind, and then down on her knees is clasped with the ankles, and then across where the knees are.
May I cast heat metal on the chain parts of the manacles to try to just like drippies heat the little middle bits?
You can certainly try.
Might
No.
go in the process.
You can go ahead. I'll say for this is very specific.
I'm gonna wait.
It's possible.
It is.
Nah,
I'm gonna go. Unless anybody else has any ideas.
I'm gonna go too.
Kick it off.
Where are you going?
I want to step up and look at the golem.
Okay. So you begin to approach the side of the golem over here, and you can see like it's holding him off, but it's kind of like
I'll move with Imogen, but I'll move around the side. closer to Liam and Tal.
Okay. So
Which-
over this side?
And which direction is
Like
the
maybe up on this rock next. Yeah.
You got it.
which direction is the other power supplies?
The one that Otahan was first at was that direction. And there's now that you're looking across, you can see there are a couple other tunnels on this side too.
Was there a second Mage Hunter column as well?
This is only the one you've seen so far.
Yep. That's fun.
So I saw Ira. Can I quickly, before he gets out of range, send him a message?
Sure.
We took down one of the power sources, but it's likely not going to be enough. How do you propose we take down this fucking telescope?
That is indeed the question. With all eyes upon it, you'd have to do a frontal assault, and that would be suicide. Let me see what I can muster on the other side of this chamber.
And you see another and they vanish off.
Should I try and get this power source behind me and keep with that?
He's out of range now.
Fuck!
Lewdness continues to speak.
I'm going to say that I'm running alongside Imogen, but I'm going to aim toward F.C.G's position as this progresses.
I'm going to start making my way. Thank you. Kind of taking cover behind that part of the ship.
Okay.
A little further back.
A little further back?
Yeah. Like there.
Lewdness shouts out amongst the chamber, kind of shrugging off. As people are freaking out, you can see Liliana kind of looking across the field, and as she does, everybody in the area begins to calm, like they're kind of being consoled. Their emotions begin to relax a bit, and they all, even as their friends are on the ground bleeding out or expiring, they just kind of like look back towards the center as Lewdness speaks. The greatest lie ever told is that we need them. We are their gardens, their cattle. They created us to feed them with our faith, our hopes, our souls, lapping up their fables to give them form, purpose, control. What are you doing?
I'm gonna try and take cover on the far side of the map.
Over here?
Yeah.
Okay.
And stay hidden.
I'm gonna go behind that box.
Over here?
Yeah, right there.
That box, as you look at it, is a chunk of the silver sun. You kind of glance and you're like, oh, I know this room.
What's her boat?
Bo isn't being held by anyone. She's just in shackles?
At the moment, yeah.
Ton of restraints.
In fact, the person who was holding her got crushed. The person that shackled her.
So she's
That's
no
good.
longer mind controlled?
You don't know.
Oh, wait.
Does she seem like she's fighting against her restraints or just...
Make a perception check.
9. 10.
10? You have no idea.
Yep.
I'm gonna try to look at the golem in front of me, and I'm gonna whisper, "Release." And I'm gonna try to cast command on it.
Cast command on the golem. Okay. Let's go ahead and... That is what save?
Wisdom.
Wisdom. Okay. He fails. The golem pulls away and the claw disconnects from the arm and is now a collar lashed onto Caleb. He's been released.
So he's
Still muzzled.
He's still shut.
He can move, but he's muzzled.
They did not give us this world. They took it from the Titans, slew them in their home, and tilled its soil to harvest us for all eternity. What are you doing?
I'm gonna tell Pate, my invisible Pate, to go follow in the direction that Ira went.
Follow the direction that Ira went?
Yeah.
All right.
So is it the sound of like fire and wreckage like falling and crashing around us, or
Yeah,
is it
like
quiet?
bits of it. It's still like crackling, and there's still like some moans, and there's still like things are creaking, and there's still bits of like wreckage that hit the sides of the tunnel. They're like falling, and it's like a half nightmare hellscape, but there's just this calm upon everyone who's watching, and Lewdness just holding court in the center with Liliana.
Okay, Orem is gonna sneak through the rubble and get down in front of the warder and I'm going to use Seedling to squirt some vine up.
The water over here?
The one that FCG is in, and sort of.
I guess I'll check for me.
Oh.
Try and scoot through the wreckage.
That's shit. That's 7.
Ooh,
roll a 2.
7. You begin to scoot through the crowd there, and one of the people that stepped out of the wreckage goes ahead and just grabs you on the side of the shoulder and goes, shh.
I will pause for a second and think and let time pass.
Okay, they just hold your shoulder in place and they look back up towards Lewdness. But we, their special children, surpassed our masters. We questioned their games. We found our own will, our own power, our own drive to create that eclipsed their own. We unraveled their weave and killed one of them, became one of them. Then they feared us. Who's doing what?
I will grasping vine that person in the face and yank it hard as I can against this wood to try to knock him the fuck out.
Okay, that's a dexterity save for them?
Yes, it is. Right.
That is a natural 2.
Okay.
Crack! I'll go ahead and just, for the hell of it, for the narrative reasons here, I'll just go ahead and roll to see if they, with an 8, yeah. Crack! They go, for the moment, unconscious. And you are...
alert anybody else, or?
I'm opening with all the fire and...
Make
keeping an eye
make
out.
another stealth check for me.
Cool. It's 14.
14? Okay. At the moment, you're pretty sure nobody noticed it. And they're on the ground unconscious, bloody nose.
Can I see at all out of my...
You just have a little bit of view of the ground before you and the flames around it.
All right. Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna turn invisible.
All right.
And I'm gonna go straight for the wooden stairs.
For the wooden stairs over here. Wooden stairs. Okay. Shit. You turn invisible.
I'll dash.
Okay. Well, that was your action to cast the spell.
Oh.
And then movement to get there. Right.
Fuck it, it may be moot, but I'm gonna go for this other cavern and disconnect this other power source. I
Okay.
don't know what else to do in the meantime.
So you're just going to double move off in that direction? Okay. Are you doing it stealthily or?
I'll do it stealthily.
Make a stealth check for me.
We're so split up right now, y'all.
Very split up.
That's a good thing. I think.
What's that little
Some
ball
area
on
of
top of
effect
the
spells.
with the things coming out of it?
It's,
Is that the beacon? No.
No, the beacon is actually kind of housed partway in here.
Oh, got it.
If it's that bad, I saw you leave.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to turn and head towards you with...
Pass without a trace?
Well, I'm going to be, the very least right now, I'm going to be heading towards you as if I'm going to see what's up.
Okay. So double dash. I can get over to it because you're much quicker on your feet.
Pass without a trace.
Okay. So
18.
All right, 18.
Helps
Stealth check.
I'm gonna use invisibility on myself as well.
Okay. So you vanish as well.
25.
25?
Nice.
Okay. Great. So you both kind of head that way kind of stealthily.
Once we hit the cavern and we're out of sight, we'll haul ass.
What are you doing?
I just might as well keep with the plan until something else changes.
Sure, that looks to about there.
Can I cast enhanceability on myself?
Sure.
You're right. Bull's strength.
Bull's strength, and you kind of begin darting over in that direction, right? It's a move through its rough terrain, so dashing will get you to the bottom there, and that's going to be the end of your turn. Okay. You cast Bull Strength.
Yeah.
All right. Cast on yourself, and you're going to try and force your way
I'm
through.
gonna try to push open the
Strength
thing
check with
again.
advantage.
Terrible. Even worse. Can I also guide myself? I guess I should.
It's a little late on that, unfortunately.
No, they're both terrible anyway. So 10.
10. It's unfortunately it's sustained some damage, and without the control of it, it's locked in place. As you just kind of get up underneath.
Okay.
Lewdness continues. The calamity was not a tragedy. It was a punishment. Their war amounted to them little more than a contest, and we all suffered for our excellence. A genocidal admonishment for following our own will. They still
fear us, hiding behind their gate, reaping our dreams as they deceive us into ceding our agency to their whims and squabbles. They should be afraid. What are y'all doing?
Get Pate down here now.
I'm going towards the stairs.
What are we gonna do when we hit a glyph?
Going up the stairs with all of my 35 if I can.
Gets you right
You have to get close to it. You can hit from a distance.
Trying again.
I'm gonna.
Wait.
Well, he gets to go first.
I'm gonna. There was a little bit of broken gap in that doorway, and can I see letters through that little bit of hole?
You glance under. There's no light source on the inside, so you just see darkness.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna stick with my plan. I'm gonna use another grasping vine on the front door or whatever opens up on this thing, and then I'm just gonna plant a foot against its leg and pull as hard as I fucking can.
Okay. Go ahead and roll again. So you're as you're pushing at the same time, and this will be both of you working together to try and get it
Guide
open.
myself.
I don't have to touch the ground.
Ooh.
So you watch yourself.
19.
19, yeah. The DC,
20.
The DC was reduced with your help. So with that, you go ahead and pull, and part of it kind of like breaks off at the hinge and opens up, giving you enough room to get out. And you kind of pull the vine back
Anybody
down.
see us? We okay?
Right under Mama.
Liana
Right as that's helping,
looks
happening,
down.
I'm gonna say in her head, Mama.
You notice, right, as she's floating there, she looks down and she begins to lift her hand in the direction of you, Orem. And then as you say Mama, she kind of like... You hear in your voice, Imogen?
Mama. It doesn't have to be like this.
Where are you? I can't see you.
Mama, I love you. The better halves make a better whole. Please remember.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
Come on!
Yeah, advantage?
This is it. This is it.
19.
19. You watch as her hands out, and you, for a second there, Orm, you feel like your arms all of a sudden like almost begin to pull apart at the seams, like they're locked in place and starting to tear out of the shoulders, and then it stops. And she just kind of like looks past you, and you hear in your voice say, Imogen, I told you to run. I've been telling you to run. Why did you come here?
I want to help you get free. It doesn't have to be like this.
It's the only way we can be free.
No.
Where it seats you and me. Why do you think we have this power? The road is born, exalted. It's been building a bridge. We're the mooring.
This is all stuff he told you. How do you know he's telling you the truth?
I just do.
There's a deep, bassy detonation beneath the ground. It quakes and turns for a second, and then they all kind of look back to Lewdness for direction, and he just kind of holding his one like kind of darkened, somewhat withered hand, kind of like gives a motion to not bother.
I check in Pate's eyes. Is that Ira?
That was Ira.
With my action, I'm just going to try and climb the side of this telescope as quietly as I can. I don't know what it'll do, but it's another 35 feet of movement, but going up.
Okay, go ahead and make an athletics check for me.
King Kong.
So I have advantage, but only when I'm in my...
Only when you're in your wolf form.
Oh, it's balls. 11.
11. You get about 3-4 feet up, and it's too slick, and the edges are too sharp. You kind of like cut your finger and like fall back and poof, hit the wood with a heavy thud, and you can see Lewdness kind of like you heard something.
I mean, crashed ass airship.
I'm going to spider climb into the chamber that I was rushing into as to not set off any glyphs.
Is there light anyway?
There should be light in there.
Okay.
I'm just gonna follow
Just
the
watch.
well-beaten path quite slowly into this room.
Okay. After the explosion happens, Liliana turns and looks, and out of the corner of that chamber, you see Ira begin to shift rapidly through the ruin. Liliana turns and puts a hand out.
No.
Ooh, does he have advantage? Yes, magic resistance. He has advantage on. And she banishes him. That sucks.
He's fine.
He's just gone for a minute. No, he's from another realm.
And he's a fade. He's not going to come back unless he takes damage.
All right.
Unless he breaks concentration, he's
Question.
he's just gone until he can find another door. He's not going back in 1 minute.
But she
Frick!
has to hold it for 1 minute to banish him permanently.
She has to hold it for 1 minute.
Yeah, we gotta conquer in the head in the next 60 seconds.
I would like to try with my ring of telekinesis to try to look at some piece of the telescope and try to just pull something. So to get it a little more.
They lifted the shield around the beacon, so that is up right now.
Fuck. What about in the front?
No, but I mean the beacon. So the beacon is exposed.
It is somewhat.
Do I know what the beacon is?
You have no idea what a beacon
I
is.
know.
None
But
of
it
you have
looks
any
like,
idea.
But it looks like a power source. I mean,
Looks-
there's a
looks
thing that
important.
they unshielded.
Looks important.
I was gonna try to go for the beacon, but I didn't think it was. Didn't want a metagame.
I don't know.
Yeah, you wouldn't
But it looks important.
make a perception
is
check.
it?
I'll make a
Where's the
I'll
perception.
say make a perception.
It's kind of under.
It's like underneath the device right there where you
17.
17. I mean, you see many things that look important here.
I'm not gonna do it. I feel like that's a little. I feel like it's a metagamey, even though I want to.
But you're gonna try and use your ring of telekinesis. to
Yeah,
try and
I'm
pull
trying to maybe
parts of it
even
away.
like the little ball or like something on that front piece. Is the whole thing covered or just the top bit?
I
the whole
mean,
entire
most of this thing is armored in places. It's been reinforced for over a week because of the destruction of the Fey key.
Okay. Hang on. Somebody else can go.
Okay, well,
Let me-
Lewdness continues to talk.
Is that, by the way, is the golem that's holding Caleb back to normal again, or is he?
Yes, it's returned back to its position here.
But like, is it holding Caleb?
No, Caleb is no longer held, but Caleb has a collar locked around him.
Yeah.
And you are freed at the moment.
I'm still sitting in the belly, just sort of watching.
Not easy.
Yes. At this moment, Lewdness looks to you.
To me?
Yeah.
I'm inside the belly. I didn't come out.
You made a loud noise off
Sure,
to the
sure,
side and
sure,
glances
sure,
over.
That's fair.
You are not given life by any god, but by the hands of mortal creators like us.
I clutch my coin.
We are the new source of life, of creation.
I just how.
Stain my legacy all you wish. I have worked selflessly for 1,000 years to find the means of shattering these chains of fate and oppression. Let me be your villain if it means liberation for all and forever.
You begin to hear the sounds of fighting at the top of the pit.
You sure?
Wind begins to pick up above. You're both down there trying to destroy another power source?
Yes.
All right. You are at that moment now. You've rushed down there. We'll say, because this is kind of like weird time where it's like moving more and like, little bursts of action. So you get down there and you're facing it. You're not sure where the glyphs are in the room, and you see.
I was spider climbing on the walls to
Okay.
avoid them.
Yep.
I was just watching for footprints. Like, there's clearly is going to be a beaten path, and I am gingerly taking it.
Perception or survival, I'll say. Survival for the tracking element of it. Perception, you just pick up the...
Stressful. So stressful.
None of them are particularly good. Here we go. 17.
17, okay. You follow the pattern and you feel fairly confident.
I'm not going to get all the way up to the damn thing or anything.
You get within 10 feet of it.
Oh, I'm not even going to get that close.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I say you get somewhere in that space and be like, you're fine, and you think you see a direction where there's nothing.
I'm good for the moment.
All right.
I'm just gonna unload some Eldritch blasts, kind of similarly, just very pinpointed to do this directly.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an Arcana check for me.
Why did he do it like that?
Because it's fun.
There's no good.
18.
18. See two of the cores detonate, and you see some of the tethers kind of go fraying out, and arcane sparks fly off. There's still, a large chunk of it connected, but you did some damage to it.
I'll do it again.
God, I wonder if
We'll
they're
get
just
to
fucking
that in a
big
second.
boys.
There's a few other booms.
I'm watching behind us now to see if anyone's coming.
I don't know how much power he needs.
Make perception check.
I have a feeling we're working towards a mixed success.
The rest of you are watching from this, and you can see the veins of strongly reinforced threaded residuum that is marking through it. They've all been solid this whole time, and you see like two of them kind of dim slightly.
18.
18? Okay, glancing about, you don't see anyone coming at the moment.
Just keeping an eye out.
Okay.
I'll try and call Pate back to me in this time. Keep going. It's gonna take him a minute.
Begins to fly back. Lewdness still
Or you know what? Keep him in this area. For
in this
me.
area?
He's
Okay,
my
got it.
eyes.
So we can keep watching.
Lewdness kind of looks up towards Liliana. Liliana, you can see like sweat on her brow, and she's still kind of lost in thought for a moment, kind of figuring out what to do. You feel her like temper control kind of loosen on you, and you hear back in your voice like, Imogen, it's already done. It's gonna be okay.
It's not too late. It's not. You're strong, Mama. You're so strong.
He's strong. And you hear Lewdness say, born in you, chosen Ruud is born. Seeds of Predathos' power. The burgeoning scions to now break these bonds. You have all gathered here for your true purpose. And you see a lot of the surviving members of the Vanguard around, kind of looking up.
Oh, Rick! I think the root is born on sacrifices.
From their skin. From Liana, you can see around her body and through the coat from the inside, like red energy beginning to drift up underneath.
What's that?
Oh, no, we can't
In
see
the
her.
invisible
She's
space where Imogen is standing, her outline begins to appear as red mist-like energy begins to drift off of her body.
Oh no.
Fern, a faint bit of red mist begins to emanate from you.
We didn't know that was gonna happen.
The fighting.
And also me?
Nah.
I'm not alive!
Do you continue to attack the... Roll again, another Arcana check.
Can I try and make another crawl up the thing?
Yes, you can make an athletics check for me.
Not great.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You begin to climb up. This is a real tough climb. You just hit the DC to start climbing this, so you get about 15 feet up on the side there, and you're like, your fingers are hurting, but you're holding on to it.
Okay.
8.
Where's Fern?
8. You hit what looks to be a couple other parts of the device that are already defunct, and it's not doing additional damage.
Anything you got from a distance?
I pull out the dynamite.
Fuck it.
Mm-hmm. Ready?
Ready.
Light it.
You light it, throw it in there.
Let's go.
All right.
You both just go running back out,
Sure.
hearing that's behind you as you're just charging out there. Okay, okay.
If we get to the entrance before it goes.
You don't even have a chance to look at how long it will take to go. So it's just going. So you guys just start going.
Yep.
All right. Everything scales in the universe. Even ecosystems. Tonight, we unleash the natural predator of the gods. Tonight, the children inherit the world. You hear dust kicked up in the air. The cloud of earth that's risen and thrown up begins to slowly dissipate as you see what looks like a large boulder has slammed from above. As the boulder slowly begins to unravel itself in the center of the ground.
You're shouting at me! This
Shit.
Double Marisha.
Yeah. Oh my god, triple Marisha.
Triple Marisha.
As she lands,
Triple churned.
by the voice of the tempest,
Oh.
halt this! Into the deep kind of rumbling, earth-cracking sound of the voice, and casts Mass Cure Wounds. You can see many of the wounded around suddenly, like, come to bear. Any of you who've taken damage from previous?
Yeah.
I just hope she doesn't get fucked up.
Oh, level 20 character. Vestige powered.
I know.
Lewdness now has
Points of
special
healing.
competition, and he's already
Anybody else hurt?
got
I
injured with
mean, yeah, but I
Zarn
don't think
and
we're there
spent
yet.
some
No, you're not
power.
proficiency.
Is there still seem like there's a cover over this whole thing, like a protection?
A slight barrier?
Yeah.
You don't see one at the moment.
I don't know what that was.
As she lands, Lewdness kind of looks down and smiles.
Lewdness, you're up.
Right on time.
No.
And he just says,
You guys.
no. Casts Power Word Stun on her. She immediately freezes up. Turns over, and you watch as Otahan darts out of the shadow.
Oh shit, I forgot about her.
All three of her echoes that she creates from the back surround
No.
Keyleth, who is unable to move due to Power Word Stun. Let's do a full round of Otahan Thul attacks.
Right as she comes up, can I let go and attack?
Let go and attack.
Yeah.
I'll say,
Can I see her?
go ahead and roll initiative against Otahan Thul, because this is not a surprise round necessarily. Otahan Thul, by the way, also that red mist drifting off of her body.
Of course.
Oh, should I roll initiative 2?
Y'all gotta be super
Yeah, if y'all want to go ahead and roll initiative on this, anybody who
Yeah.
wants to jump in is nearby. Only you two aren't there. You're rushing there.
I'll
All right.
jump into ours.
Okay, we got it. So this is Otahan Thul versus the troop here in the middle of this way.
My target would not be Otahan Thul.
No, fair enough.
Okay.
All right. The 25 to 20.
20.
All right.
Oh, fuck.
All right.
I don't.
20 to 15.
17.
15.
All right.
Oh, wait, 17, 15?
Yeah.
All right. So Fern, we were 15.
15, yes.
All right. 15 to 10.
12.
I rolled a 14, but I think it's just Otahan.
Wait, you rolled 14 as
No,
well?
you're part of this initiative
Oh,
too,
okay,
since this
okay.
is now.
Yeah, 14.
All right. And then who was lower than that? It was Imogen. What'd you get?
12.
All right.
Fuck.
10 to 5. All right, we'll get to you guys here in a minute. So at the end of each round, we'll see how close you can get there. So, top of the round, the 21
Yeah, go.
is Otahan.
Fucker.
Otahan rushes in.
Again.
Advantage
Keep in
on
mind,
first
that's
strike. Blade.
that she basically has a ton of hit.
Two 18s. Okay.
That would be a lot.
So that's going to go ahead and be 1d8. So then that's 15.
Take your time, Matt.
Voice of the Tempest. There we
Take
go.
your time.
She got a lot of hit points as an Earth Ellie.
Is going to go ahead
And
and,
then once the Earth Ellie is done,
she's going to use a side dice to do Sonic Strike, which does an additional 14 points of damage on that one. And they have to make a strength save to be knocked prone. She's stunned, so she can't make it. She gets knocked prone. So that point there. So now she has advantage on the strikes again, but she does additional damage to things that are knocked prone. Second strike. It's going to be... Yeah, that'll
Hang on,
hit.
boys and girls.
I'll,
This is good for the ride.
do I see what kind of strikes these are? Are these just melee types?
These are melee strikes. This is a full-on ambush.
This is a piranha feeding. It's just an absolute.
That last strike, I'll take half of it.
take half of this last one.
Yeah.
Last one that she took.
Yeah.
That would have been 29 damage total. So you would have taken 14.
Okay.
Okay. This one's going to be 20 damage on the second strike. It's going to go ahead and third attack. That's a crit. That's going to be 22, 28 points damage.
No,
She has 150, sorry, 126 hit points as an Earth Elemental.
How much did you say?
126 hit points as an Earth Elemental, and then Keyleth's hit points after that.
That's how many she just took?
No,
that's how many she
that's her
can't
max
take.
as the elemental.
Yeah, so
before going back to Keyleth HP.
Does the stun?
She can't be killed.
How does stun?
That is
Wear off.
Power Stun's a rough one.
Hit her. I feel like it's gonna ruin any chance I have of persuading her to converse.
There. So that's
Yeah.
there, and then she's going to offhand strike with Scream Needle.
Dispel.
She used Unleash Incarnation to get that fourth strike on that. That is going to be with advantage. Another crit.
Wow.
What?
This is still
She's
the
still
same round of
going?
attacks?
Yes.
She gets 2 for each
12.
duplicate, I think. So she gets
24 plus 4, 28.
We should have fucking pinned her down when we had a chance in that little tunnel.
I know.
There,
But
she
I don't
was
know,
in
it could've-
between. It wasn't like he could just drop and close it off. She was already moving back.
Yeah.
And
And
I
then
could've
is going to go
just
ahead and action surge.
Yep. There we go.
So next attack, advantage. That hits for 21 points damage. The Earth Elemental form falls.
Fuck.
Oh.
And they're on the ground.
Yo, what's up? What's up, babe? Oh shit, sorry.
Oh, look at her mini, is so pretty.
Keyleth on the bingo already, or is that done?
She's circled.
She's already circled.
2 more strikes.
2 more.
Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Can we
High level
end
Echo Knight's
this game?
fucking vicious.
It's funny, it's not even Echo Knight.
Is it not an Echo Knight? Fuck off.
No,
Okay.
that backpack she has gives her the Echo Knight abilities.
Oh my god.
But that is going to be.
I don't know that.
16.
Okay.
That's damage.
I don't want to know that.
I was just standing there watching Keyleth die.
Huh?
Being watched by.
Yeah, what's it?
Pate
What?
being watched by.
14 points of damage, and it's going to go ahead and, because you can do it with action, it's going to do another Unleash Incarnation for another attack.
She's still going. She's still going.
That is going to bring us to.
Jesus. H.
She's not looking great.
1 round, man.
As Otahan goes and strikes all the incarnations just into this frenzy. The Earth Elemental form cracks, and then what was once shale and pebble becomes red, blood scattering on the ground as Keyleth lies kind of frozen, eyes wide. Otahan goes for like a heart strike, and there's a dark flash in the air. And you see where Otahan's blade was. Instead, you see a cloak of feathers.
What?
What?
Black raven feathers.
Wait, put on the bingo. Put on the bingo.
Is Vax on there?
You see a masked figure with
Shut
long.
the fuck up, man! Shut up! No fucking way! You cannot be serious!
Who is now standing over and protecting her body. Daggers in each hand.
Well, yep, the chat's going. You freaking troll! You freaking troll!
F.C.G, your turn.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Oh my god.
Oh, I forgot to bring over the Vax figure. Fuck, I'll be right back. What do you think about
What do you mean? What do you mean? What happened? What is happening? He's dead. He's already dead. He's unhinged. You can't do this.
Oh my
He's
God.
gonna start bringing in. He's gonna bring in characters from campaigns we don't even know about. Holy shit. Okay, wait. I'm sorry.
Tonight is the.
Who am I helping
Is there
here?
gonna be any other characters besides
It's
Marisha
just
Liam?
Liam and Marisha.
Who am I helping? Am I helping the Ashari woman who seems to be almost dying?
Well, she's being helped by a
Sure, but she seems on death's door.
Raven man now.
Another skyship comes, and it's Ford and Jester. Flew in from the ocean.
I thought you said
I
40
wouldn't be
jesters.
surprised.
There, 20, that might be possible.
Oh, technically.
Oh.
FCG, what are you doing?
I want to help
That's
the
the
woman
thing
who
I
just
ever
got
heard.
rocked because I know that that's Orm's Bay. But I mean, other than healing her a little, I don't think I could do much. I feel like if she gets a turn, she's gonna probably be able to do something good or get out of there, right?
Oh, she's level 20 druid, theoretically.
I'll jump down.
There's gonna be a lot of extra tags on this one.
And scoot forward
I'm adding
towards
an
the
epic
fight.
on this tag. On this.
Acrobatics check for me, if you don't mind.
Please, God,
But like
guidance myself.
all of this lewdness is just up there.
Acrobatics?
Oh,
Like 11.
11. 11's enough to land and not like drop on your ass. You needed 10. So it's only like a 10-foot drop. So you land and you wheel over, and you're now kind of over the base of the ground over there. You're about 15 feet from the voice of the Tempest.
I want to help her, but I don't think I can do anything that would do anything. So yeah, I'll.
No, there's. Well, no, can't help. Not help.
I mean,
Can you get
I can dispel his collar,
do
but
that?
I don't even know who that man is.
Yeah, but
What are you doing, FCG?
He's
Or
been
what
real
his
strong.
collar
He's been
is.
real strong though.
FCG.
Who's he?
What you doing, buddy?
Caleb?
Oh yeah, you were here.
We weren't here to meet them.
I don't know that man. You told me that there was some people. I don't know what's around his
I said
neck.
a ginger. I said a red
Sure
haired
you
man.
did. Sure you did.
What you doing, FCG?
Who is clearly a villain
This
because
is-
he's
this
being
is-
Do
called
I
a
have
god.
any sense that this collar around his neck is magic?
Based by the glowing runes that are currently affixed around the throat, yes.
Okay. I will
That's-
dispel the collar.
Okay, go ahead and roll a d20 and add your spellcasting modifier. This is a very high DC because it is a very high enchantment.
Okay.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
I don't think that guidance works on. Just say more. Okay. 13.
13. You go ahead and unleash the Dispel, and you watch the runes kind of glow and then lock themselves in place. It wasn't high enough to break it. Sorry.
That's fine.
Yeah, yeah.
That's fine.
It's a good shot. Good shot, though.
It's a chance for a turn.
You know that it reacted.
Uh-huh. That's it. That's
Okay.
my turn. That's
Finishing
all I
as
can
you
do.
just go. Orm, you're up with Fern on deck.
Here's what I would like to
We rolled
happen.
initiative. So much shit just happened.
Matt,
Yes.
here's what I would like to happen.
What would you like to
See if it happens. Orem comes trucking off of this rubble like a ramp, and with the boots of striding and springing, leaps, and in the air, grasping vine to that, and I want to swing down and land right next to Otahan.
By all means.
Action surge, because I assume that took action and movement to do that much.
From there, well, it was run in the leap and then the grab on that is a 20-foot pull.
Okay.
Make an acrobatics check for me. This will let me know whether or not you have to use your action to do so or not.
That is a 15.
15? That's good enough. So you run and kind of leap off with the boots. Use that vine to pull you an arc around, which gives you kind of the arc of movement without having to it's a bonus action to use the vine. So you land there, you still have your action.
Okay, so I land behind, and I pass by a feathered angel on the way by.
Yep.
Land behind Otahan.
So attractive.
I'm busy. I'm busy. I'm right behind Otahan. I want to slash
This
the
is
fuck
for-
away at the
you know,
contraption on her
In
back.
Woman's One,
and
this is
break
basically
it to shit.
Endgame. Avengers Endgame.
So go ahead and make 2 strikes.
Hits 18 plus 9.
Okay, 18 plus 9. Yes, that does hit.
And I'm not even trying to hurt her.
Yeah,
I'm
just
just
the
trying to
defense.
wreck that thing. That is 12 points.
12 points of damage.
Next one also hits. 16 plus 9.
That hits as well. Like literally, you have to have a 25 to hit this. So.
Okay, that's 10 points of damage.
10 points the second time.
Is it still holding in place?
It's still holding in place. But
Action
surge. You see like it's starting to like spark, and Otahan already like is looking like over the shoulder and.
Action surge.
Okay.
That is a 22 to hit.
22 does not hit, unfortunately.
Misses. Shit.
It is like barely holding on from what you can see, but you go ahead and strike it, and Otahan backs up, parries one blade, and then with the other arm kind of captures your other sword and holds your other attack in place and goes, "Don't you even dare interrupt."
No, one more time. That's the end of my turn.
Okay, finishing Orm's go. Fern, you're up.
All of her duplicate.
Oh, I take 14 points of damage.
All right.
You do, yeah.
Oh dear. Okay. All right. What we're gonna do here is, I'm just gonna peek around.
Just so you know, it's got 3 hit points, so.
Is it too late to make the... Can I make the final one a goading attack so that she can't hit and so that she's...
I'll allow it.
Fuck, you will?
Because it's still her, technically.
So she has two things have to happen if you allow that.
Okay.
She has to make a wisdom saving throw to see if the goading attack succeeds, and it's 8 more damage. Or it's a roll.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. If it's 3 or higher, you can destroy the device.
It's 1.
It is a 14 on the wisdom saving throw.
She got a 14?
Yeah.
Then she's at disadvantage on anyone else except for me.
You got it. Okay.
Oh boy.
All right, that changes.
So close. All right,
All
Fern.
right.
I know. It's so close.
They're just glowing and fizzling. Or are
Are they
being
more
drawn?
powerful?
Are they going away from us right now?
All right. Where's
Are they
Otahan?
more powerful?
Otahan is right here.
All right.
With the 3
Beam me up,
echoes
Scotty.
right there.
Okay, so I've been seeing what Orem has been trying to do with the pack. So I am going to peek out from behind.
Oh, hi.
Just my head. I'm gonna keep my legs.
Over here?
Yeah. And then shoot scorching rays at the pack.
Yeah, go for it.
Come on, roll high, bish. Roll high.
Higher than you've ever rolled before.
It is.
3 separate rolls.
3 chances.
Not
Garbage.
probably not that
3
one.
chances. Absolute garbage.
It rolls.
14.
14 misses, unfortunately.
That's worse.
2 go wide.
Here we go. This is the one. Natural 20.
Just absolute.
None of them.
Absolute
Get rid of that,
disgusting.
guys. None of
Oh,
this.
I'm so
25 is hard to control.
Yeah,
None
no,
of them.
but it's
Hard.
it's a very specific small part of the back that's
Oh,
already hidden by a
yeah,
cloak,
yeah.
and you could disable part of her
Okay.
skill set to do so.
All right, Mister.
Yeah.
Lock and load, baby.
I'm starting to love that monkey. I'm not too fond with introduced.
He's gonna take some shots.
originally,
He gets 1 shot.
But now
with
I'm
the-
starting to
He
love that
gets
monkey.
2, I believe.
Ooh, the flame seed.
No, maybe not. I mean,
With
I'm
his
just
gun.
getting a little carried away here.
Can I?
Not a monkey in this.
It's one.
Almost.
It's two.
Second.
Carry me
That was kind of my.
so I can watch through Pate's eyes.
That was my plan.
All right.
Sorry, it's just one. It's just one.
Okay,
I
so go ahead and
was-
roll a d20.
Okay.
Mister, don't fuck around.
I'm gonna laugh if this monkey gets the shot.
17.
No.
God damn it.
Unfortunately.
It's gotta be 20.
It does like. I was like,
What a dumbass turn.
What?
Okay.
No, I mean, poor.
I'm gonna stay tucked under. I'll stay
And
tucked
just
under.
roll the
Yeah.
dice to get it up
go
there.
back into this
Good
space.
idea.
Alrighty. So Liliana's go. Liliana is like looking at Lewdness, like the energy kind of drifting off of her, and kind of just like witnessing all these things, this culmination of so much work, so many things through the years, and also you being here and the conversation, and she just kind of like looking at you. She's gonna hold her action. With that, it is now Chetney's go with Midget on deck.
Is it not Ashton's?
We're still
at the end of the
running
round,
out.
they haven't got there yet. At the end of the round, they go ahead and put themselves in initiative.
Can I, as I'm running to a mirror image?
Okay, got it. So Chetney.
So I crawled 15 feet up the telescope.
Yep.
All right, see y'all. 15 feet up,
Come on,
invisible. I'm going to hybrid transformation, turn into a werewolf.
Okay, so you are no longer invisible.
No longer invisible. And I am going to use the claws that are like, and I'm going to and jump, and I'm going to try and backpack onto the back of Lewdness.
Roll an athletics check to climb the rest of that distance. You have advantage because you're in your wolven form.
That is a 24.
24 will succeed as you climb up the side here, and you're going to leap towards Lewdness. Okay. I have his stuff right.
The gods do not deserve it. Oh, fuck!
I know, right?
You said something about natural predators.
All right, so you're trying to grapple him?
I am trying
I
to
think last night-
grapple his
maybe like
hands
last
to
night at the
his
full moon
side if
stuff,
I
so,
can. I know
oh,
it won't do much,
this
but
was
I'm
just-
doing it and getting those fingernails in there if I can. Just
Okay, so you're, okay, got it.
restraining his hands and trying to keep him from doing all this shit.
All right.
For being in the car wash.
All right. I'll say for the purposes of this.
Oh, recognize the out.
I love that. This is going to be an athletics check versus his AC. Because this isn't just a grapple which stops him from moving. You're trying to actually like bind his arms for the moment. Yeah. And for that sort of targeting, it's going to be considered an attack roll technically. So so it'd be an athletics check versus his AC.
I usually have advantage in the hybrid form, but do you want to do it a straight roll?
No, you have advantage.
Okay.
So leap down towards him.
It's a 19.
Oh, nice.
19 is his AC.
Uh-oh, he's falling.
Shield.
Oh.
You leap towards his back, and right as you jump towards it, like he's just kind of looking out this way, and he goes, and you just watch as this field, you skid across the top and like slide over.
no.
And as you go over the top, you get one upside down glance of Lewdness just scowling at you as you begin to fall down.
Oh, no.
I will say.
Yeah.
Well, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, that's fair. Go hard or go home. Natural 1.
Oh, he's gonna get harpooned.
You take 12 points of piercing damage and are currently restrained as you are now partially impaled on a section of the Malleus Key.
Hi.
This is okay.
What is this episode?
Half to 6 because it's piercing.
Yeah, fair.
But, yeah, okay.
Yep. But just like through you. You know, if you get yourself off of this, like the wound will start to close a little bit. So.
Just out of curiosity, because I'm
Yeah.
laying there like, from where I am, can I see any glowing parts of the telescope from that point, or is that piece higher than where Lewdness was?
The glowing parts of the telescope? I mean, it's
glowing part?
Like the angular piece that was on.
Just out of curiosity. It is fitted just below here, so it's about 10 feet away from you.
That I can totally reach as my thorax is impaled.
Yeah, that's the issue. But that's good. That was a worthy sacrifice. Good shot. Imogen, you're up.
Oh, God. Mama?
Oh God.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm gonna step out so I can see what the fuck's happening.
Okay.
And
Oh yeah, that's right. She has a sword.
and I'm gonna try to help out Orem and witch bolt the pack
Okay.
on Otahan.
So it's because Otahan did turn to like parry the weapon, you do now have a view as she spins. The cloak's like up in the air, and you see like the damaged, cracked device. Go ahead and roll for witch bolt. You are you are invisible technically, so you would have advantage on the strike.
Yes.
You would break invisibility though.
Okay.
Do it.
That's a 21.
Hey, it's got a 25.
Doesn't. Oh. I didn't know if maybe I had a better view.
No, unfortunately. But the witch bolt goes wide and hits the ground and arcs off, kind of burning the ground around you. You definitely drawn Otahan's attention. Otahan like looks back at you, and you can see she's like trying to speak into your mind, but there's just a blank there. And
The person you are trying to reach is not available.
Does that finish your turn?
For my bonus action,
Worry that'll.
I'm gonna say into Mama's head. I'm gonna say, help me, because I'm visible now.
You
I'm gonna
are.
look up at her.
Yeah, she kind of like sees you on the ground now. Make another persuasion check.
Man. Loop to Vader. Here we go.
I'm scared of all my dice.
Mama, Janice Joplin.
Oh God.
A one.
Really? Really? Yeah, that's where we're at.
She looks down at you with like the sad look in her eyes and like the tear crawling from her cheek as the tear kind of like drifts off, kind of joining the rest of the glowing energy and mist around her. And she just says back in your head, "This is for the best."
Oh, have you?
Let's see. I'm gonna use my bonus action.
Just use your bonus action to talk to her.
I'm gonna stand where I am.
It's all good. All right. That brings us to Lewdness's turn. Lewdness, looking down at all of this happening before him, smiles. Kind of grins over the space and says, "And now, the final piece. The sliver of divinity. The lens." And he snaps as he reaches his other non-withered hand back into the device as Liliana, who's holding her action, goes ahead and casts a spell down towards the champion of ravens. You watch as suddenly all the mirrors on the side of the tunnel turn on at once, and these bright beams of energy shunt into him like hundreds of reflecting mirrors. He triggers something within the machine, and you watch as the champion screams out in pain and is compressed down into a sphere of dark shadow. Vax is pressed into just a sphere. Liliana lifts it up with her telekinesis and places it into the empty spot of the machine. And now, you see like sparks shooting off parts of the machine. The power's not quite there, and he's kind of like, ugh.
Did we hear boom go off behind us yet?
Mm-hmm. The explosion that I might hits, and you see other parts of the power like powered down, and he's like, "It'll have to do. It is time, my children." And right as you look up, you can see there's other sky ships beginning to appear. Different Vax'ildan and other forces have begun to arrive just as the red moon glows above. You watch as every Rudis born in the chamber stands tall, including Imogen, as red energy filters out into the center of the spire. It's being drawn in and glowing, just all of these living batteries all pouring into the center device as it begins to rise and crackle before
Hey,
the energy begins to gather and form. So Lewdness glances up. Let us destroy what will unmake them. And you watch as this incredible thick beam of red energy fires up into the sky. It lights up and sends every cloud scattering out of visible sight, up into the air, up towards the red moon of Ruidus.
You watch as all the sky ships that were just about landing kind of begin to crumble with the force blown away from whatever fires up into the darkness. In that moment, Lewdness, kind of still holding his other arm into the machine, smiles, his eyes wide. 1,000 years. You couldn't stop me. You couldn't. Some of the machines kind of spark a bit. He's like, he looks a bit nervously. Kind of swallows deeply. It's too late. It's too late. The red begins to glow brighter and brighter. You watch as all of the tethered Nexus energy, all the converging power of the ley lines begins to spark and grow lighter and lighter. Magical energy begins to flow out in all directions. The sky goes from pitch black to a deep red to a multicolor explosion of magical arcane energy into white. A familiar white. As the high-pitched whine subsides, and your vision comes back to you, images racing in your head of what happened. It is confusion. It is a pain, a fog, a fugue. Lewdness, you kind of glance around as your vision comes to, and you see yourself kind of sitting on the edge of a rocky cliff almost. The smell that hits your nostrils is kind of sulfurous and acrid, acidic almost. It's hard to describe. You're unfamiliar with it. And you kind of look around you, and there are these pools of strange colored liquid under the shadow of night. Only the things in your close proximity you can make out with your predilection to experience the dark. But you're in an unfamiliar landscape. It seems terrestrial. You look to your left and you see Ashton kind of half draped over this outcropping. You kind of come to consciousness a bit and shake your head and look over and see Lewdness. And you both kind of see this kind of almost like chasm space below you. And you can see these little bits of natural geysers, kind of like poofing, steamy water.
Ashton. But we won. But we did it. What the?
Where are we?
Where's everybody?
You glance kind of upward, and you see about 10 feet up, slowly sitting upward, Orem. Orem, you like almost fall off the edge of this cliff as you kind of catch yourself and look down, and you see some rocks tumble, and you can see Ashton and Lewdness both kind of separate below you about 10, 15 feet.
I start looking for the voice of the Tempest as well. Oh. What is this?
I don't know. Do I have Pate with me?
Pate isn't with you.
We're okay, though. We're not hurt. We're not...
No more than you were moments ago.
Where's everybody else? I'm going to start searching.
Perception checks.
26.
While they look around, I look up to this.
Okay.
Does this cosmos look different?
The stars look familiar. Little bits of clouds. You glance around and don't see anybody else around you. But as you look up and you scan the horizon, in some distance, you see, just above the cloud line, the red moon Ruidus standing, and a singular solid red beam that just vanishes below some sort of far-off mountain line.
We were in a pit, but now it's endless landscape?
You are in some sort of like odd valley-like chasm with no light beyond the starlight, so you can't make out much more than the details that are like immediately around you.
I don't understand what you mean by red beam yet.
Meaning you just see Ruidus off in the distance
There's a way. We can't see it.
with just a red
beam that's just sustained beneath it.
Are we even still on Marquette?
Oh, God. Why the three of them?
F.C.G.
Oh.
You hit something kind of soft. And you kind of look around, and it's the kind of just faintly dawn light cresting over some direction. You kind of gain your bearings, and you look around you, and you kind of reach your arms in this kind of like crowded dust or a sand, but it's white. It's like fine crystal, like a snow. You kind of like reach around and pull yourself up, but your wheel kind of, or your wheel kind of
they're on
scoots a little bit in
catheter.
this weird crystal, desert landscape.
No features? Is it dunes?
It's just white dunes.
And the sky above me?
The sky above you is stars and the slightly rising sun.
And I just look all 360 all around me. Anything in the distance? Any clouds? Anything?
No, it's a clear sky. No Catha. No Ruidus.
I have no idea. Clear sky, no features, sand.
It's just dunes.
But the sky, are there stars?
There's stars above, yeah.
And do they look the same, or are they? I wouldn't.
Make a nature check or survival check.
Nature is terrible. 4.
You have no idea. You have no idea where you are.
I'll just try to move around a bit
You
and
can,
see if anything.
kind of like scoot up the dune a little bit and head over the top, and the first thing you notice is there are these like rocky outcroppings, like the occasional, looks like built up cliff sides or mountains that pierce the middle of this tundra around you, this kind of like almost snow-fallen desert. You can see mountains far in the distance. Make a perception check for me.
Guidance. 26.
26. You see from where you're standing, like you get kind of the highest dune you can in the space, and you can see in one direction there is just like this endless snow-covered desert. It looks like air itself is cold. You see to the east of you this large snow-capped mountain range. To the south, you can almost see like this heavy snow-covered forest that seems to just spread out. And in kind of a northern direction, you see what looks to be an ocean. You also, with a high enough perception check, glance down and you see, kind of slowly digging their way out of the snow, Fern.
Oh, but wait, she was Rudis born. Fern! Fern!
Hi.
Is it still you?
I don't know if they're on. Okay, I'm not sure.
How would I
They're
know?
starting. They're on
Is she
capital.
glowing? Is red dust coming off of her or anything?
No, not that you can see.
Where are we? We're in the snow. Are you cold?
No. No. What? I'm gonna look around. What?
I don't know. Is anyone else around?
I'm gonna look around for anybody.
Orem?
You begin to yell and shout out, and Chetney, you hear them call out just as you're kind of figuring out your bearings, and Imogen, as you kind of feel your vision return, begin to hear these shouts as well, as you both begin to climb opposite sides of this dune to meet up with the other two, F.C.G. and Fern.
Where's Orem?
I don't know.
Where's Lewdness? Where are we?
Were we?
I smell around. Do I pick up any sense of Orem, Ashton, Lewdness, anything on the wind?
Make a perception check for me.
I'm looking up at the sky. I'm looking for Ruidus.
20.
No sign of Ruidus. No scent of your missing friends anywhere. But as you glance around the horizon, you know where you are. You're in the middle of the Crystal Sands tundra. And from where you stand, to the east, you see the Flakhet Mountains, where your hometown of Uthadern resides. And that's where we're going to finish tonight's episode.
Oh, where are we? Where are we?
Fuck knows.
You split the party.
Yeah.
Holy shit, Matt!
Why did
The beam is still still in the sky?
We can still
Yeah.
see the beam and the moon.
Yeah.
So we still have visual.
Yes, you do.
But you guys are on the other side of the fucking planet.
We are.
Where's Uthader?
Wait.
We are thousands
I need a
miles away.
north.
Like
Maybe.
the North Pole?
Getting
Yeah.
close.
Who has the
Oh
sending
my
stone
God.
to
Fucking Santa
Bo and
Claus.
Caleb?
I will note, actually, I will note to all of you, which I should have remembered in this. Amongst the stars in the sky, you do still see the glowing, gossamer-like auroras of
the line.
of the ley lines and the still very present apogee solstice setting across
Okay.
the skyline.
What sent us away?
Where did we go?
I gotta change my clothes. I'm sweating up a storm.
But we'll pick up there
This-
next time.
Oh my god.
That
I
was
should
the most.
mention too, when she did telekinesis, he reappeared. So he wasn't
Oh,
fully
good.
banished, but couldn't do anything in time before all this went off.
Okay.
Thank God Ira's okay.
I just want to make sure you know that. It's important.
Good to know.
But
And
Did Vax die
the
again?
champion of the matron of ravens
Became a lens.
became a spherical lens that was put into the telescope before it went off. Used the Tempest as bait, and we played into it. Cool.
Played right
We
in.
called her in.
We called her plane rider in.
Oh boy. Oh.
All right, I'm done.
all right. On that note,
He shot through the beacon. He used the beacon, so maybe the beacon.
This is coffee table talk.
Yeah.
We'll save it for
Okay,
while
okay,
we're fucked up
okay.
and back.
We need an aftershock.
yeah, it's almost like we have one of those. Nevertheless, I think we'll go ahead and finish there tonight. We'll pick up next time. Thank you so much for joining us.
Next-
Love you very much.
When I eventually do
Happy anniversary.
What's I died?
And
Okay, thank.
is it Thursday yet?
Anniversary.
Good night.
He was saving this for the anniversary episode. He was freaking saving it. Well, I am on a bit of a time schedule right now, so all I'll say is thank you for joining me. This is Priana Riamentra. Somehow survived this whole crazy attack, and I wish thee good fortune on the quest of life.